just sneezed. Yola guys, hi. I'm Ashley. Today I am going to be talking about, I'm sorry, my hair is all curly. And I love it. And yeah. Hi. Anyways, I was saying something. Alright, today I'm going to be talking about one of the scariest experiences that has happened to me. And if you follow me on Instagram or if you're my friend on Facebook, you will most likely already know about this because I posted something about it the other day. But if you aren't, then you're about to find out. And it's been 2 years since this problem has happened. And I don't really, I really, like, it's been 2 years, but, like, it still haunts me to this day. And along with everything else, like, it's just, wow. And I remember every single second of those days. So, yeah. Warning! 2 warnings. Warning number 1, I'm going to say a few big words, but don't worry, I will explain what they mean. So you don't have to worry if you're not good with big words, because I'm not either. And number 2, I might cry during this. So if you don't want to see somebody crying, I would not watch this video, but I will try my best not to cry, okay? Okay. So I don't really remember the dates of most of it, but about 3 years ago, I mean, this has happened 7 times, but the first time I remember 4 of the times. And first time I remember was about 3 years ago. And if you guys didn't know, my mom has narcolepsy, which, big word number 1, it means that she has like it's a sleeping disorder, so she falls asleep during random parts of the day, and she takes medication for it so that doesn't happen. But she has something else, I don't remember what it's called, but it's there's just a lot of stuff there. So since I was a kid, I've been really, like, as soon as she got diagnosed with narcolepsy, I was like very terrified. I was like, you're not allowed to drive, please don't go anywhere. I literally would not let her go anywhere without me. And this is just, then I don't know, I'm having trouble talking right now, I don't know why. Then one day, she looked at me, and she couldn't breathe. If you guys, sorry. She was having anaphylactic shock, which is a really bad allergy. They have commercials about allergies all the time, and the EpiPen stuff. She had one of those, and she didn't have an EpiPen. And she looked at me, and she couldn't breathe. She couldn't talk. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, it's happening. I felt like I was about to lose my mom. And I don't really remember the situations from 3 years ago, but I remember, I think it was like early January of 2012, sometime in January. That's the one I remember. My dad was outside, and my mom was like, go get dad. Go get dad. And I ran to the front door and I screamed, Dad. Dad, it's Mom. And he came inside, and we seriously ran out to the car, and he was on the phone with 911 saying, we're just gonna bring her in. We didn't have time to call for an ambulance, so we drove to the hospital. Probably a horrible idea. Taking an ambulance probably would have been way better, or at least it would have looked like that. And I was sitting in the back seat with my mom, and my dad and my brother were in the front, and my mom was crying, and she couldn't talk. And I was just sitting there, and I was like 12, guys, so... And I was a very small 12-year-old. I looked, like, when I was 12, I looked 8. I've probably shown you guys pictures of what I looked like when I was 12. But I looked 8. And, so I was sitting there, and I was just holding my mom's hand, and I was rubbing her back, and I was talking to her, and I was like, it's all gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And, as soon as we got there, a nurse immediately started checking her out, took her straight back, and, they made me and my brother go to my grandma's house. So we had no idea what was going on, but we were waiting there for a few hours before we left. And I found out later that if that nurse had even thought for 5 seconds, I don't know what to do, then started doing what she did, my mom would not be alive today. And so that really scared me. And after the first time, this was probably the third time that I remember, but after the first time, I did not let her go anywhere. I said, you can't drink that. Anything that had anything she hadn't tried, any melons, a lot of fruits, new brands of food, I wouldn't let her try anything. And then the fourth time, we were in the kitchen. It was me and my dad were at the bar, and my mom was on the other side. I think she was probably eating, cantaloupe maybe. And this was August 27th, 2012, I believe. I posted it on my Instagram. But all of a sudden my mom was like that. And she had an EpiPen finally. And she actually ended up having to use it. And we ended up calling for an ambulance this time. And my mom was just sitting in a wheelchair, I think. And they were examining her while in the house, in like the foyer of the house. And I was panicking. And I was panicking so bad because the last time was so scary. And I knew, I said this, I don't know how this is going to work out. I was terrified. And as soon as my mom left, my dad left right after, and my grandma came and picked me and my brother up. And we went and stayed there, and at least 3 times an hour, I would text my dad. I'd be like, how is she? Is she okay? How is she? Is she okay? And he'd be like, Ashley, you gotta stop. And eventually, I did slow down, and I posted on Facebook. I said, please pray for my mom. And to this day, I really thank everybody that prayed. Thank you so much, because it's been 2 years and nothing has happened again. And as you guys probably know, my mom is alive and well. And yeah. But I found out later that they had left her sitting there unable to breathe because her throat was literally swollen up, like you can't breathe. They left her like that for 6 to 8 hours. Just left her there. And from that day on, I've been terrified of doctors, hospitals. Anytime somebody says, okay, we're taking you to a hospital, I'll be like, no, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm fine. Because if they would do that to somebody that's turning blue and dying, what would they do to someone like me? That thought just terrifies me. So yeah. August 27th, 2012, and the other 6 times that my mom had anaphylactic shock. were the scariest days of my life. Sorry, I'm laughing. My mom is screaming at my dog. But yeah, those are the most terrifying things that have ever happened to me. Sorry if I cried. Sorry if I stumbled over a few words. And sorry if I said too many big words. Okay. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys.